Welcome to another part of my Management Accounts Automation Masterclass. If you've landed here without context, I recommend starting with the introduction video. It's linked below. Everything you need to follow along is in the description. Let's get into it. Okay, so next point in our automation journey is to do something with these accounts so that we can use them in formulas. So at the moment, they have indentation. This is how they came from QuickBooks report. They have indentation, which is not just visual, it's actually got leading spaces. This one has got 6, so this one probably has 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So they have, this is not an ideal to work with. But even if they didn't, even if it was just visual, or no indentation at all, I wouldn't want to work with these, because this is at the bottom level of the hierarchy in QuickBooks, and they may not necessarily be unique. You may, for example, have, I don't know what's the best example of, not much choice, but let's say we have a software account as admin expenses, but we may have also software account as a sub-account of property costs. Or that's not probably the best example, but something like that. So they may not be unique. I want to use the unique names, which are the full names with a full path. So like admin expenses, telephone, internet, admin expenses, office supplies, and so on. So I want to see the full path, because the full path is definitely unique. There will not be any duplicates. So and there is lots of ways of dealing with this, and it depends on each case. What I'm going to do here, just as a quick fix, I'm just going to do something, but you may not even ever want to do the same, because you would already, I mean, if you're practicing on my template, then yes, but if you're doing this, if you're applying my method to your own accounts, then you probably have something in place already. But if not, then maybe this will be an idea. I'm not saying this is the best or most efficient thing to do, but this is what I would probably do without having too much time to think about it. So I would go to get the full path, text split, and I will want to split these by the indentation, which is 3 spaces. Let's see what I get. This may not work, but I think I've done something like this in the past. So these are just kind of categories that are not really part of the path. These are just general account types. So these are account types, but this is where the path starts. Finance costs, bank charges, insurance, building, health, office. So I'm going to copy and paste this as values, because I don't need the formula anymore. I've got this extracted the way I want it. I'm not going to worry about this at all. I want to fill it. So I want the admin expenses to appear in front of these, then finance costs in front of this, and so on. So I can use the, where is it? I think it's in the fill down, and I actually have a shortcut here. So I'm going to fill down quickly, fill down, fill down, fill down. And that's it. This I don't, because I only need the name in the row where I need a figure. So I don't need them here. And now to create the path, I want to join this with this, and so on. And I'm going to ignore the ones that are just totals and subtotals or headers. So in this column, I will do if this is empty, then I don't want anything. Otherwise, I want this and column and this. Okay. Okay, so I get this, which is what I wanted. And the only exception didn't work for consultancy fees because it's just on its own. It's in a different kind of indentation system. So I'm just going to have it done manually. And now I will have an additional column here, which for like printing and presentation purposes can be hidden. But this will be the basis for our formulas. So just going to copy this and have it here. And now I can do a sum if, get the data, get the total from the sum from the data based on the account name, full account name, and based on the period. And I think that's it, just the period. Or maybe if there's a budget involved, there will be some other conditions, but I can use this column. So now these, at the moment, these are typed in or actually copied and pasted in, but I don't want to be doing this in real life. I want data validation here, so I can actually pick full valid paths of accounts. I don't want to be typing them in and risking like misspelling, which would throw the formulas out. So what can we use for validation? These are just P&L accounts. So I can use this section on TB in the P&L section, because these are the accounts that I want. These are the full paths. So I'm actually going to, and this is a dynamic range, so I'm going to select it and call it P&L accounts full. And the short one I'm going to call P&L accounts, just accounts. Now we can add data validation list. P&L accounts full, I think that's how I called it. Okay, so let's see. We've got the paths. So now I would be choosing them rather than typing them in. So if I have something else, then I can select something else. Where were we? Consultancy fees. Okay, so here, let's just copy the validation. So pay special validation. Okay, so I only want to pick up an account in these rows where I need the numbers, not here because these are just totals, so these are formulas. And normally I would have it somehow indicated that you do not need to worry about this line with some conditional formatting or something like that. But for now, I'm not going to do that. So once I've got these definitely correct, picked up, validated, I'm going to have a formula that looks up this name, the full path, and returns we look it up in full accounts and return just accounts. I'm not sure if I can do this. No, this is not a dynamic, so I will have to just copy it. Okay, I cannot just copy it because I want to keep the ones that are already typed in. Okay, so I will have to do it kind of manually. And if I want to keep the indentation, then I would just do the visual one. I think I copied it. No, it's correct. Okay, so these. and let's give it some indentation. So I'm just copying it here, and okay, this is a manual step, but this is just you only do it once when you set up your automation, your model, and then you don't ever do it again. So, and this is, there is better ways, because like these are just typed in. Maybe not better ways, there are other ways, and I would always select one that's most makes most sense for an actual company. But here I'm just doing something just so that I can get the formulas. So this is good enough for this purpose. I'm going to I don't need that anymore. And now we're ready to write a formula. So before we go there, I'm going to do the same for all the others. It will be all the same except for balance sheet. So for balance sheet, I will do this similar thing with the text split and then filling down. Except for validation, I will need to use obviously balance sheet accounts, which I don't have here because this was just the P&L section. So I'm going to create the same in settings, because I don't want to add balance sheet here. We don't need it. So I had it filter. So I'm just going to copy this into settings. Okay. And now I can use the same formula, which was filter. Okay, filter. So filter this if this time we want equals balance sheet. Okay, so these are our balance sheet accounts. I'm going to fix this column. Now I can copy it, and I've got my validation lists for balance sheet, and I'm going to name it in a similar name, give it a named range. Balance sheet accounts full, balance sheet accounts, just accounts. Okay, so I will use these as a validation for the balance sheet, but everything else is P&L, so it's going to be the same. And I'm actually just going to do a lot of copying from here rather than doing the whole text split and filling down from scratch, because they have exactly the same layout. So I'll be back when this is done, and we will move on with filling the report with figures. Thanks for watching. You're one step closer to a fully automated month end. And remember, you don't need to go through the entire masterclass before you start seeing results. Each layer we build adds practical automation that you can apply immediately to your own work. By the end of the series, you'll have everything you need to implement the full system to your own data. And if you'd prefer support or want the system implemented for your company, you can contact me through my website. I'll see you in the next lesson.